So still tracking down the pressure loss. Pressure gauge is great, it works good. You turn the key on without the engine starting, of course, and it immediately jumps to 40 and then immediately starts dropping again. I replaced the fuel regulator. I have confirmed that it is operating correctly. And now I'm looking back at the injectors. Now this is the new set I had bought off of eBay. I will admit that I probably contaminated them once by not cleaning out the rail, so I had to take them off again, and I cleaned them in a sonic cleaner. Cleaned out the rail, of course, purged it heavily. And now though, when I turn the key on, I'm getting fuel out the ends. So right now I've put a dry piece of shop towel underneath each one, and I'm going to go in and turn the key, which will then operate the fuel pump, which will send 40 psi out. Get key in hand. There we go. Alright. Heard the fuel pump come on. So let's go back up and see what happened. Alright, so what do we got? We have wet. We have wet. We have significant wet. And we have minor wet. So every one of these is leaking, and they're not fully closing. The pintle, or I call it the plunger, just a lot of folks don't know what pintle means, but anyway, the pintle is not seating properly, and that was probably because of the contamination. Or, you know, it could be that they were received in that manner, because I did not test them after I received them. I took it for granted that they were working properly and they had been tested. It's an unknown. Either I did it or they were received this way, but as you can see, this one is just leaking continuously. It's got a fair amount. Same here. So all four of these are leaking, and I'm going to probably make the assumption that the other four are leaking. So what I'm going to do, just for the heck of it, I'm going to reassemble the old ones, the original, which I had cleaned, you know, with the sonic cleaner and the pulsar machine. So I'm going to assemble these, new filters, new O-rings, and see if any of these leak and how many. Hopefully they all don't leak, and I can get 8 out of these. If not, I'm not sure cleaning is going to do the job anymore. I mean, just look at this. You can see how much has continued to leak out and be absorbed by the shop towel. Same here. Same here. So this one, the very back one, is the only one with a minor leak so far. So first off, I'm going to replace these and check them with 4 others. And if they leak, well, I guess I'm going to be ordering others. Yeah, I don't know. Do you trust them off the internet? I don't know. Hopefully they've been tested, but sometimes they just test the resistance and check the flow rate and call it good. They may not necessarily test that they're stuck open. I'll have to inquire if I do order any more, whether that has been tested. So I'm working on this now. Alright, this is going to be considered test 2. I've got the original injectors that were in the truck when it had all the problems. Of course, they have been cleaned on the ultrasonic cleaner. I have purged them, reverse flushed rather, and flushed them forward. I mean, by all accounts, they should be good. But what I did not check was to see if, let me fix this. But like the ones I ordered online, I did not check to see or verify that none were stuck open. So I'm doing that now. Got a dry piece of cloth under each one, And as long as the 40 psi hitting the rail doesn't blow it out of the cap of the fuel rail, I should be able to determine whether they're leaking or not. So let's turn the key and see what happens. Okay, key turned, fuel pump activated. Let's go see. Oh well, this one got blown out. This one got blown out. This was dry, that was dry. Well, the fact that they got blown out kind of makes me think that they were holding seal really good, but I can't say that for sure. So let me see if I can come up with another way of getting these to stay in. I don't think a Ziplock's gonna work. Well, let me put the camera down and contemplate matters. I'll be back. Okay, continuing the test of the original injectors. I set them just outside the porch and just right there on the lip, and I very gently tightened the rail down so there's force holding them all on for the most part. And let's try the key on again. And that's what I wanted to see. Everyone is dry. And the pressure gauge is going down slower. So I suspect the ones on the right now have to get the same treatment. Pull out the new, which were new remanufactured, and install my original old cleaned fuel injectors. Because every one of these is dry compared to what you saw earlier with the new set. Alright, well, this answers quite a bit of my problems. So we got weather coming in. The wind's picked up quite a bit. Had weather hitting Tallahassee heading this way, so tomorrow may be an off day, but we'll see. Thanks for watching. Okay, second time for the left bank. Key on, pressurized fuel pump, rail. Let's go check it. Yep. So that first one is leaking. That second one is leaking. And the third one is leaking. Fourth one appears to be good. So here's three more that are leaking. Obviously, if you can't tell, it's injectors are not being powered, fuel pressure is coming into the rail, and it's the plunger or pintle is not seated properly, so the fuel is just going right through the injector, which of course if it was in the engine it would just be dumping into the cylinder and eventually seeping into the oil through past the rings. So here's three I got to replace, and I'm going to try to replace all four and see if all four of the original ones are good. So let me set that up. I'll be back.